Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Happy Monday. Later on the show, we have our part 2 of our interview with Von Scales, health and wellness expert, talking about stem cells and everything that we just don't talk about. And so we're going to continue that conversation. Want to mind all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, our official website, thestephenknightshow.com. Also go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, The Stephen Knight Show. We definitely appreciate your comments, your likes, and everything, your support there. I'm very excited because we have someone joining us, our Hot Topics panel, live in the flesh. He's usually in our movie reviews, but he's joined us tonight. Adam, he texted me.
Adam is in the building.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, Adam?
He texted me, I'm in Atlanta. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. But yeah, so Adam is joining us in our Hot Topics panel as well as our movie reviews later on. Everybody good? How y'all doing?
Very good. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Very blessed.
Monday.
Yes. Okay, well, our question of the day is, would you rather have unlimited money or endless love? Lynia. And tread lightly. I know you got a whole man.
Give me the money.
You would take money?
Give me the money.
Okay. Let me ask him.
Kill me.
All right. Let me ask Nayyir, who is recently married. And I think you're coming up on the anniversary, aren't you?
December. Yeah. December 11th. Yeah.
What would you take?
Money so that I could focus on love.
Thank you, Nayyir. Thank you.
Just help Lynia out.
So I can really be in it for the right reasons.
Well, what about you, Adam?
I thought about this.
Because you're married too.
Yeah.
Everyone's recently, well, not everybody, but y'all are recently married, so
Yeah. I thought about, so endless love was what I was going to go with that first. And then I thought, well, unlimited money, I could help solve the world's problems, solve so many issues. And then I thought a little bit more, and does unlimited money mean that money becomes worthless and I destroy the global economy and just put the whole world in a recession? I don't know. It's tough, right? Like, if people know I have unlimited money, does the money become worthless?
Right.
So then I default back to endless love.
I'm sure your wife said thank you. What about you, Chike?
Listen, I'm going to be the eyeball here, and I'm going to say love. Simply because money can't buy you happiness. And what happens when you get to a world where the money doesn't mean anything? Because it's going to be a point in time. It's not going to mean anything. What's going to really matter, except for what's in your heart?
I think we asked this question before, kind of about, I forgot how we worded it. But we're talking about how money does not buy you happiness, but it does afford you a lot of things. So that's a tricky one. But I think I'd go with love. You know what I mean? I'm a Pisces, All right. Well, this story right here, I'm scratching my head. So the latest entry of the legendary Halloween movie franchise recently dropped. And while the film has been both box office and a favorite among fans, some people are coming forward with claims of homophobia following the release of the Halloween Kills. So what they're saying is the fact that Michael Myers kills a gay couple, spoiler alert for everybody, kills a gay couple shows that he's homophobic. Now, that in all the different movies, he's killed anybody. He doesn't target anybody, you can get it. And so, but a lot of people from the LGBTQ community, they've come out, upset about this. And they also referenced the movie Child's Play, where in the recent franchise, Chucky, he befriends a gay teenager and openly supports the gay and transgender characters on the show. Now, no one has commented on this backlash associated with the movie, including actress Jamie Lee Curtis, who we all know she recently, I think she has a transgender daughter now. And so she hasn't come out and said anything about this. And we all know it's streaming everywhere. Let me ask you, Lynia, as an actress, are people reaching?
Unfreaking believable. First of all, he's an equal opportunity killer.
Right.
He killed everybody. Y'all ain't saying no way he killing kids. But listen, this whole super duper allegedly woke situation that's going on has become completely outrageous.
Yeah.
And they didn't even die in the beginning. I seen it. I went to the movies to see it. First of all, the movie was horrible. But anyway, I went to the movies to see it. They didn't die till later on, and he killed them so lovely. It was so how he set them up. Everybody else, he just shanked and anything. Michael had a heart when he did it.
Yeah, yeah. Let me ask you, Chike, you're an actor as well. Are people reaching?
I'm with Lynia because I was going to say the same thing. That was what they want. That was inclusion. They were included into
In the killing
storyline and in the killing. Listen, he's an equal opportunity killer. Anyone can get it. So I want to say this because in the whole casting world, you cast people in certain positions in films for a reason.
Right.
One of the members of the couple was Michael McDonald. He's popular. He's been on Mad TV. They would not have cast him if they didn't think that he was going to do that role justice.
Mm-hmm.
Him and the other guy is kind of known too. There were two known people playing those characters for a reason, because they made it an event in the movie. They wanted to show you inclusion, because technically that whole scene went longer than your average kill scene.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It went a little longer, and they were paying an homage. So don't do that, y'all. Cut it out. It's too much.
And Adam, I know I heard Charlamagne the God, he was talking about how if anyone should be upset, Black people are the first one to get killed in the horror movie. So why are we, I mean, like Chike said, they were including other characters of different, sexuality, whatever. What are your thoughts on this?
So
as an actor as well.
Yeah. So my first thoughts is it's reaching, but and I don't know anything about anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was, because they say, one of the biggest fears is becoming irrelevant. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was some kind of like push to keep the movie being talked about, to keep it in the news, keep it in the headlines. Again, I don't know anything because I don't really follow it that well, but I mean, that's what it sounds like, right? Let's keep the headlines going so we can have people watch Halloween.
Yeah. And Nayyir, they talked about how no one from associated with the movie has spoken out against this controversy. Do you think that's a good thing?
I think it's Hollywood, it's entertainment. I think it's a timing thing. So if they're going to speak out, they don't need to add anything to the fire while it's already bright and burning and healthy. I think people will speak out as necessary, and the more necessary, the bigger the star that speaks out. But I don't think it warrants it right now. I think that's publicity. That's what they need.
That's true. That's true.
Especially if the movie fits the description of what El Boogie said. They need all the publicity they can use because they're treading on thin waters here.
Adam was a feather
R.I.P. R.I.P. the big job.
We must mention though, box office wise, the film is doing well. Box office wise, the film is doing well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? It's probably still living off the legacy of the franchise.
Right.
Absolutely. It is.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Jada Pinkett Smith keeps her and her marriage in the news. Well, she's been an open book when it comes to her life and her relationship, especially her marriage with husband Will Smith on her show Red Table Talk. Last week's episode, she had Gwyneth Paltrow on there, and there was no different as the women discussed the challenges of maintaining a good sex life as well as communicating personal needs to your partner. She said it's hard. The thing Will and I talk about a lot is the journey. We started in this very young age, 22 years old. That's why the accountability part really hit for me, because I think you expect your partner to know what you need, especially when it comes to sex. It's like, well, if you love me, you should know. If I love you, you should read my mind. That's a huge pitfall. Now, Jada, who has been married with Will for 23 years, agreed. And Gwyneth, when she said a person can feel crushed when their partner isn't able to understand what's inside your head. She said, you tell me what you need, tell me what you want. And on top of it, I know that I'll have to be accountable to do the same. And I really try. It's uncomfortable, but it's deeply healthy. And I think about sex because it's something that we don't talk about. And there's so much fantasy around it. Now, we all know that last year, Jada, they came forward with the, when she had the affair with August Alsina, you know, what would they call it? The
Entanglement.
entanglement. And then, you know, earlier this year, Will Smith did an interview with GQ magazine where he said that she wasn't the only one that had stepped outside the marriage. And he pretty much said that that's how she grew up. She grew up with family members who had other non-traditional relationships, and that was something after they had been monogamous for a long time, they decided they were going to do for them. Chike, do you think that Jada needs to stop talking about their marriage, or do you think this is a good thing to help other couples?
So I'm gonna say this just in general, and it's not really specific, Jada specific or the Smith specific. I think that your celebrity culture, your social media culture, like some of your maybe not so many social media stars, but definitely artists, they could take a page from old school. You might want to step back a little bit, leave a little bit of mystery to what's going on with yourself, because there's a such thing as oversaturation and too much information. And sometimes you can tell too much information, you can turn somebody off. And if I get to the point with someone and it's an artist and you're sharing too much and you share an aspect that I don't agree with personally, it may turn me off of you. And I may not want to listen to you anymore, may not want to be involved anymore. I think that they could learn something from celebrities of yesteryear where they left mystery in between them and the art. Mm-hmm. I think it's better. It's better for the art. If you're going to make a business out of it, it's better for the art.
Exactly. And Nayyir, last week when this story first broke, Jada had to come out and say, this is not what I meant. You know, watch the whole interview and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then I was reading the comments, someone said, just say you don't like him anymore. I mean, do you think that when you open your relationship in such a public way that it allows people to come in and kind of influence what's going on at home?
You know, this is one of those things for me. I like to believe that these people are really, really intelligent and smart, and they've been in these industries forever. And a lot of their family members have been in these industries forever. And, you know, this situation specifically reminds me of one of my favorite Drake songs that features Kendrick Lamar. I think it's called Buried Alive or something like that. Mm-hmm. And to sum it up, Drake shares a thought with Kendrick Lamar, something to the lines of, you belong to the people when you're outside. So bury your grave. So dig yourself a grave, you know, with jewelry and cars and women and liquor and all these things, so that they don't basically find out who you really are and then die. You know, so you belong to the people outside, so build your grave. So to me, this speaks to that. This makes me think that these people architect these stories and these distractions for us, so that no one really prods at who they really are or what's really going on. You know, who knows if that's even a real marriage? Will might not even, you know, be into women. You know, who knows? I'm just saying, for example. And it makes me think that they just use this to protect themselves, to guard themselves, and to sell tickets. Like she said, it was a soundbite. They want to put those things out there for you to be just titillated enough to say, I got to go see the whole thing. You know, then you go and then ratings are up there, you know. So I just feel like that's what it's always about for me. It's like a circus. But if it is a real thing, it's not for me to put my life out there, you know. But for them, I think I piggyback off what Chike said. I really do. Yeah. Chike usually hits my thoughts. That's why I hate that they go first, because he always says everything I'm thinking. But that's where I'm at. I hope I didn't confuse.
Oh yeah. And Adam, what do you think about this? Do you think they're sharing too much? Do you think this is helping other married couples? What do you think?
Well, so I don't think it hurts other married couples, for the first point. You know, communication is definitely important. And if you can remind couples, it's one of those, you know, constantly reminding people, communicate. It doesn't hurt that. I think, and again, this is kind of like thinking about other things, you know, I've never even heard of this show until this whole thing broke. I think it's just, hey, Jada has a show. It's on Facebook. Who would have thought? But right. I think it's just more to get that show out there, get the news. I mean, they're a smart family. Look, they have their kids in the media. They have their kids doing stuff. Yeah. I think it's part of that circus comment where, yeah, this is all probably coordinated. to put more hype around Jada right now, and it sounds like it's working.
Lynia, when you heard that she had to come back and double down or kind of clarify what the headline was saying about their marriage, do you think that was something she did strategically, or do you think that, okay, it's getting out of hand?
I think it is a combination of both. Social media is a portal. Social media is a business. They are a business, period. Now, when things are put out into the atmosphere, just like they did, they only took a snippet. So you didn't get the whole conversation, which I actually checked out the whole conversation. How the media has portrayed it is not how she came off if you watch the whole thing. But because people have the attention span of a gnat, they're going to take that snippet and they're going to run with it as if it's gospel. Now, what you can do is you can either ignore it, or she came out with the statement. Listen, if it ain't true, what do you have to refute if it's not true? There's nothing there, you know what I mean? Like, but to, I think what Adam just said, and I think Nayyir said, and you know, are you just trying to get views?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's a part of the game for this, because who's great at creating something to get views and attention and like, oh, those good old Kardashians. They do it the most. They are the best at it.
Yeah,
they are the best at it. That's what it's a numbers game, because with them numbers, the better your numbers, the better your money. So they over at the Will Smith house having good old conversations about how can we mixoplex this the way that we need to, so it works in our favor. Because I'll take the heat for a little while. Whose turn is it to take the heat?
Right. And you notice it always dies down. Like even with August Alsina, that died down real quick. You know, he even made a song about it, and that didn't go anywhere. You know, they have their own thing going on there. But we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about Facebook changing its name. Right back after this.